So let's talk about why I'm even here to begin with and why Space Hobby Shop is a thing, where it came from, and I guess where it's headed. So, as you guys may or may not be aware, I joined this hobby a long time ago when I was a kid. I collected cards a bunch, I played the games a bunch, and I kind of just fell out of it. I played a lot of sports growing up and I had a lot of other things going on. Ended up playing more of the video games and less of the cards. And so that really continued until pretty recently, I would say within the last few months. And the big story that I have for you guys, and why I'm even here to begin with, talking to you guys on a camera as opposed to sleeping or doing whatever else I would normally be doing, is, well, it starts with me and my girlfriend going to a little friendly function, some sort of like afternoon cookout or something like that. And we were down and we had to drive about 2 hours to get there. And we got there, we hung out, we had a good time. And I realized that I was close to one of my friends, and close is a relative distance. He was still about an hour and a half, 2 hours away, but he's someone I don't get to see very often. And so I texted him and I said, hey, if you're down, we should go thrifting, just kind of hang out. It's what we did the last time I saw him. Figured, 45 minutes for each person to drive, not too bad. We might have a chance to see each other. Usually we only get to see each other like once a year. So to my surprise, he responded. He responded pretty quickly. He said, hey, I've got something to do, but in the next 2-3 hours, I definitely could. I'd definitely be down to see you and to meet your girlfriend. So long story short, we filled our time and eventually we met up with my friend and we went thrifting, had a good time. We walked out of this thrift shop, which was in like a little strip mall type thing. If you know what strip malls are, I feel like most people do. They're like all over the country, but maybe if you're not from the US, it's basically just like a long building with a bunch of different businesses. We were walking out and my girlfriend turns around and she looks back at the strip mall and she sees, I forget what exactly it's called, maybe like King of Games, King of Gaming, something like that. And she knows that me and my friend played a lot of games. She was like, wow, that store is perfect for you guys. And, me and him looked at each other, we're like, yeah, maybe we should just go in there. Like, we haven't seen each other in a long time. Let's delay having to go home and, take this long drive. So we went in there and it turned out to be more of like a collectible, a hobby shop type of deal, type of vibe, where there was a bunch of cards and stuff like that. And we decided, we had played Nuzlocke and stuff like that in the past, like Soul Links together. So we decided, hey, for old time's sake, let's rip these cards. And if we get anything cool, awesome. If not, whatever. It's not that big of a deal, right? So yeah, we ended up ripping these packs and going out to dinner, actually, where we ripped them at the table as we were eating because, it's been such a long time since either of us have touched a Pokemon card. And yeah, we ended up ripping them at the table. They were 151, which looked like the coolest set, made the most sense for us because I've played some of the more recent games, but he really hasn't. He doesn't know a lot about what the new Pokemon are. So figured let's just keep it simple. We'll both know what the Pokemon are. Let's rip them open. And we ended up actually getting some pretty cool cards. And I showed it in my last video, and I'll grab it right here and I'll show it again. This card, this Alakazam EX, a beautiful card, is pretty much the reason why I'm here today. We figured that having something physical to, keep for when we hung out as sort of like a memento would be awesome. And so we did. He ended up pulling, I think, the Charmander, the full art Charmander, the SIR. I'm not sure 100%. If I can get the time to reach out to him, I'll put whatever picture of a card he has right here. And so we actually both ended up getting some pretty decent pulls. And it was cool. Didn't think too much of it. Kind of moved on with our day. And that was it. I haven't seen him since. But we've been in touch, and we've been in touch a lot more. We've looked at a lot more cards online and sent each other like, oh, this card's really cool. Like the Lugia V from Silver Tempest. Put it up right here. One of my favorite cards. And he sent me, I really want the Charizard from 151. I think it would be cool to complete the whole set. Stuff like that. And it turns out he actually has a old vintage set of Pokemon that was just sitting up in his attic for a really long time. I know my family got rid of my cards a long time ago. Whoever bought those cards, congratulations. You definitely made a killing off them because we sold it for like $10 to get like an Xbox 360 at the time. or like to put money towards it, right? But he kept his, and he has some really cool old cards. I'll see if I can get some pictures of them, but he has like shadowless cards. He has like a base set Venusaur. He has some really cool stuff. I'll see if I can throw some stuff up here. But we've pretty much stayed in touch and been talking about this quite a lot, and we've both gone into our respective local card shops. We went into that local card shop, and we've really just been met with nothing but positivity, openness, and like welcomeness to the community, and it's been awesome. It really has been. So I wanted to take part in that, and I think this is the best way, through creating content and talking to you guys, and eventually opening up my own store where I can collect a lot of cards and I can give back cards to you guys. Like if you guys have seen on TikTok or Instagram, I do like to give away cards like once a week or something like that. Nothing crazy, but whatever I have in my binder laying around. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of the origin story of where this is and why it's called Space Hobby Shop. It's really simple. I don't really have too big of a story behind that. We both like space. We both loved space and been fascinated with space for quite some time. And I figured, why not merge some sort of old love with our new love and hope that both of them can kind of coexist and stick around. And I've kind of thought about it. And if we were to have eventually like a brick and mortar store, if we ever do get to that point, obviously they're really expensive and hard to do right now with all the craze and the hype and even getting distributor access, blah, blah, blah. It's all a mess. But it would be so cool to have like an astronaut space themed store that sells trading card games and collectibles and stuff like that. So that's really it. That's really the story behind it. It's nothing crazy, but it is awesome to think about that I am kind of sharing this journey off camera with my friend. We talk about it all the time. He talks about, hey, I'm going to the card shop. I'm going to pick up some packs. You should pick some up. We'll do like an off camera, like we'll rip some packs, do like off camera pack battles, or just we'll hop on FaceTime or on Discord and we'll talk about collections and stuff like that. So it's awesome. He's not really on camera, but I am talking to him pretty much every day, more than I've ever talked to him before. So it's awesome. It's great. Thank you guys for welcoming me and him into this community, and that's kind of the origin story. Nothing crazy, but yeah, it's awesome. So thank you guys again. Really appreciate all the support you guys have shown me. I'm almost at like 200 followers on TikTok now. It's been great. I've seen some of the messages you guys have sent me, and some of the comments you guys have left. It's awesome. It's awesome to read messages that you guys are clearly enjoying it. You guys are clearly happy with what I'm doing, and I'm happy with what I'm doing. So I'm gonna continue to do it for as long as I can. And there's really no reason I can't do it. So it could be a really long time. You guys might be stuck with me. So follow along, and we'll see what this turns into, whether it turns up to being mostly a content thing, or if I really can get to the point where I have my own shop. And I'll tell you that it will happen one day, and the grand opening, you're all invited. Whoever's here now, you are all invited to this store. So mark my words, we'll get there one day. I'm excited to get there, and I look forward to it. Thanks, guys.